All right, we're going to talk about voting a little bit, guys. So, what do you think about things like early voting? When that sickness came around. Yeah, that was crazy, guys. Like a lot of things changed, but whenever the voting changed, that kind of like okay, here's one thing I don't understand. So, they want to have us to cast votes, right? Shouldn't we write them all on pieces of paper is what I would think. And also, you know, be able to prove that you're the person you say you are. You should have to go with your ID because how do you know it's just not just some made up name and not some made up person? Like it should be on paper to where you verify. And the reason I say paper is because listen, anything that is on computer can be manipulated, right? I mean, can't people hack your phone? And AI is getting to the point where it can make realistic videos and things like that. And my point of it being is anything that is in the virtual world, on the phone, on the web, can be hacked. It can be manipulated. And no matter what, it's always going to be something that can't be 100% trusted, I don't think. I mean, on a piece of paper, if you write that with your name, your signature, and all that stuff, that's more how are you going to hack that? You know what I mean? How are you going to manipulate that? It's more set. So that's why I think paper ballots should be mandatory. What do you guys think? I mean, when it comes down to voting, guys, you know, um, I don't know. I don't want to manipulate the. I don't think the election should ever be able to be manipulated. I don't think you should have early voting. Early voting is dumber than it's stupid because listen, why wouldn't you just vote the same day like a normal person? Because if you do it early, guys, here's the thing. So, in the time that you do that early vote, which is months, weeks, the earlier, the more easier it is to manipulate it. Not only that, things change from day to day, week to week. How do you know you don't do an early vote and then something happens in the political world or something happens to the person you were voting for and they do something dumb that you don't like or you find out something you didn't know before but you voted early so your vote is already casted? What are you going to do? That's not too smart, right? You should wait until the day of the election, that way just in case something happens, because dude, anything can happen in 24 hours. You know what I mean? You have to make sure your vote is present. Another thing I would suggest is anyone who does voting, like if you're just gonna put names down and you don't even know who these people are, you haven't done your research. To me, that is what I would call a just a dumb vote. Like you guys got to know who you're voting for. These are people who are making our laws. They're gonna determine what our society is like. We're up to them. We're relying on them for protection, for integrity, for everything, for the way things are ran. So not on I wouldn't just listen hearsay. Well, this person says this person says that person said he's good. I would actually go and do my research on each and every single man or woman and kind of look at their past, see what they have to say. If you catch them in any lies, and kind of look at both sides of the aisle. You know what I mean? You don't necessarily have to go black and white. You know what I mean? You don't have to say, oh, well, it's like this or it's like this, Democrat, Republican. I mean, I don't really care what your party is. If you have better policies and I feel like this person's going to do better, it to me that's irrelevant whether you're Republican or Democrat, okay? So early voting is ridiculous because that is a lot easier to cheat and it's a lot easier to manipulate the elections. Why wouldn't it be? So you have early votes taken over here. Well, you got time to change them. You got time to kind of reveal them. There's just a lot of time there. And the more time you have, the more easy it is to manipulate something. Trust me, I used to be a criminal in my drug life when I was a heroin addict. And I've lived in that world. So I know well how it works. And the more time you have to do something, the easier it is to manipulate. Trust me, I know this. Now, another thing I would say, guys, is this. Why do you want to do early voting when you could just go that same day? Like, I don't understand why people have a problem with things like voter ID. So you think it's actually a issue that we're gonna prove that you are who you are? Like, it shouldn't be an issue if you really are who you are and you're really trying to do everything the correct way. Why is voter integrity or voter insurance or voter like just making sure that your votes count and they're going correctly the way they should be? I also think that they should have this something such as a what would you call it, like a verifier. Like you would be able to look up online your name and where your vote went with maybe like a password or something like that, just to verify that your vote actually went toward what it was supposed to go. And I don't know, what do you guys think about voting? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. Thank you. Love you.